Welcome to episode 46. Oh, 46 of the PMP Potty Mouths Podcast. I am your host, Greg. And as always, no Vin. No, not always. I'm joking. No Vin today. Happy Valentine's Day to all you little lovers out there and big lovers. We got a lot to talk about. Gonna try to rip through it so you guys can go get your sexiness on. Let's get to it. The big thing in sports right now, in my opinion, other than anything NFL, because I know the parade was today for the Eagles. Congrats to them. But the biggest thing on my plate when it comes to my little sports appetite is the Nations Faceoff, which is 2 games in, and I love it. That first game Wednesday, this is why I didn't come with an episode yesterday, is I wanted to get both the Canada-Sweden game and the U.S.-Finland game in one episode. Otherwise, I wouldn't have talked USA until they were in possibly the final, so which looks good. But, yeah, what a game we had Wednesday night. Sid the Kid looked like he was literally the kid. Sid the Kid turned back the clock. He looked like he was, 30 years old, even younger, with 3 assists. He was the first star. Got some little gift bag for his skills and his performance. But yeah, Sweden and Canada go to overtime. Twice Canada had a 2-goal lead, but Sweden never panicked. They stayed patient. This game was just a good back and forth game. 4-3 Canada gets the win. Crosby, like I said, 3 assists. McKinnon, Marchand, and Stone had a goal each. And then Mitch Marner with the game-winning goal in overtime for the Canadians. It was fun to watch. It was fun to see a Maple Leaf win in the Montreal Canadiens arena. But the crowd went nuts. So Canada gets 2 points. If you're not following closely, Canada gets 2 points for the overtime win, not 3. If you get a regulation win, it's 3. So then Sweden gets the 1 point for the overtime loss. It is a point system, just like European soccer and the NHL here. Then we go to last night, the Thursday night game, which featured the United States and Finland. Finland went up 1-0 really quick, and then the Tkachuks were like, nah. We're going to finish you. See what I did there? Tkachuk bros, 2 goals each. Matthew Tkachuk was the first star, got a gift again. I don't know what's going on here. Matt Boldy and Jake Gensel also had a goal each. 6 straight goals, 6 unanswered goals by the Americans. They looked good. They were feisty. This game was completely different than the Canada-Sweden game. People were getting each other's face. Charlie McAvoy got sent into the goal, into the pipe. But he was fine. So yeah, this has been fun. Only 2 games in, and then we have a hell of a day tomorrow. Sweden and Finland, they do not like each other. Canada and America, they don't love each other. Those are the 2 favorites in this tournament. It should be fun. Please tune in. If you're not doing much this weekend, we have these games at 1 p.m. We'll get the Norwegian battle, right? And then Norwegian? Is that the right area? The Scandinavian battle. And then the North American battle in Canada and U.S. And it's a big deal for Canada because with the 1 point going to Sweden, and Sweden looking, at least on the eye test, Sweden looking stronger than Finland. If Finland loses in regulation, that gives Sweden 4 points. Canada loses in regulation to America, they only have 2 points going into Monday. So big game for the Canadians, and it could be a statement for the Americans. Should be fun. tons of skill, tons of all-star quality and caliber players on the ice. So tune in. Like I said, big day tomorrow. In sports, you have some good college hoops. You have Auburn, Alabama. Then you have the NBA Saturday night, which I care about. I still care about that stuff. It's still fun to me. I don't, it's, been a little watered down over the years, but some people still try and make it fun, and it's nice to see the celebs and the greats show out. So we will get to that now. We will get to the NBA All-Star break. And first, you know what? No, let's do NHL. We'll do NHL standings real quick because we're here. We're at the break. So I have them for the YouTube audience. I have them up on the screen for you. We have the Caps with 80 points, leading the Metro. Atlantic Division led by the Panthers with 71 points. And then we have the Senators and Red Wings holding the wild card spots with the Blue Jackets, still fighting. The Bruins, the Rangers still fighting, and then kind of the Islanders and below really not looking too hot. So the Panthers lead the Leafs and the Lightning. Caps lead the Hurricanes and the Devils. Should be good. Should be fun to see if any moves happen. There's talk of the Islanders selling Dobson. And if they're not going to go on a streak after this break, hopefully they can get something back for an aging but still effective Brock Nelson. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the East. Sabres are the cellar dwellers, and their closest teams in the basement are the Flyers, the Penguins, and the Canadiens. And the Canadiens are just 2 points behind the Islanders. So there's your Eastern Conference, which we will keep an eye on as we get to, closer to the playoffs, which is one of the best times in sports is playoff hockey. It's just a whole different monster. It's ultimate toughness and all that, and best of 7, and hot goalies, and timely goals, and overtimes that last, until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So I love it. I might not be totally dialed in during the regular season, but when it matters most, I'm there. It's just been there's been a lack of Islanders in the playoffs, like it was in 2020, 2021. That hasn't been the case as of late, but we'll see. It's not over, but it's getting there. Now let's look to the Western Conference. The Central Division led by the Winnipeg Jets with 81 points. They're followed by the Stars and the Wild. They're sitting pretty right now. And then the Pacific's led by Edmonton. No surprise there. But they are tied with Vegas with 72 points. But the nod goes to Edmonton right now because they have more wins. And then the Kings are behind them with 65 points, followed by the Avs. The Avs are in the first wild card spot, followed by the Canucks. Then 3 points below them are the Flames. We have the Utah Hockey Club at 57 points. Then below there, it gets a little blurry in the rearview mirror with the Blues, the Ducks, the Kraken, the Preds, the Blackhawks, and the San Jose Sharks with a whopping 37 points. Arguably best color scheme and uniforms in the league, but the worst record also in the league. So the Sharkies can't get their jaws on a win. See what I did there? Stay tuned. Maybe there's more of that shit. All right, so that's the state of the NHL. Please tune in to the Four Nations. It's going to be fun. It already is fun. So we have 2 big games tomorrow, like I said. And then we also have NBA All-Star break. So let's do the same. Let's stick with the same standings peak. So again, YouTube audience, I have the Eastern Conference standings up for you. We have the Cavs, 44 wins in the 1 seed, followed by Boston with 39. And then the Knicks are in the 3rd spot, the Pacers in the 4th, the Bucks in the 5th, the Pistons in the 6th. They are all the Pacers, Bucks, and Pistons all within a game of each other. 30 wins for the Pacers in 4th. Bucks and Pistons have 29. Good for the Pistons, putting all that young draft lottery and they're drafting to use. They're above the Magic, who the Magic are in the 7th spot with 27 wins. 8th spot goes to the Hawks with 26 wins. So real jumbled up. Miami trying to stay, keep their head above water. Shouldn't be too hard to make the play-in, but they are in the 9th spot with 25 wins. And then my little Chicago Bulls, what used to be, what could have been too. My 10th seed Bulls will be in the play-in as of today. 11 through 15, the Sixers, obviously a ton of injuries. Embiid in and out of the lineup. Maxey was a little banged up. Paul George started late, right? So 76ers, 20 wins and 34 losses. They're in the 11th spot. 12th spot goes to the Brooklyn Nets, who were playing pretty well, 6-4 in their last 10. So Brooklyn, good for you. A good new coach, and kind of trimming off the fat of that roster. So Brooklyn Nets 20 and 34 as well, just 2 wins behind my Bulls for the 10th spot. So maybe the Nets can make a little jump here and get into the play-in and be good for them. And then the cellar dwellers, bottom of the Eastern Conference, Toronto, Charlotte, and then the Washington Wizards, who have also depleted that roster with some trades, and it wasn't good to begin with. So that's the Eastern Conference. Again, the Cavs have a 5.5-point lead over the Celtics. That should be fun playoff. Those top 7 seeds, I'll include the Pistons. Those top 7 seeds are, good teams, and I think any of them can win a best of 7 against almost anyone they play, other than Cleveland and the Celtics. So that should be fun to watch in the playoffs for the East, and then we'll go to the West real quick. OKC, 8 games ahead of the second place Memphis Grizzlies. OKC's on a mission. They are so deep, young, talented, fun to watch. They have studs everywhere at every position. They have size. They have speed. So OKC really just, head and shoulders above. Memphis in the 2nd spot. Denver in the 3rd spot. Houston, nice team, good coach, good young skill players. Or skilled players, I should say. Houston Rockets in the 4th seed. Now, Memphis and Denver both have 36 wins. Houston has 34. 2 wins below them are the Lakers in the 5th spot, and the Clippers in the 6th spot with 31 wins. And then also the 7th seed with 31 wins is the T-Wolves. The Mavericks trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Mavericks are 30 and 26. See how they do without AD, and they just lost Gafford too, I believe. So the Mavericks struggling with their big men and health issues. The Kings, after some trades, the Kings are in the 9th spot, tied record-wise with Golden State. Golden State with 28 wins, 27 losses. So the Kings and the Warriors right now are on the play-in, but Phoenix is right behind them with 26 wins. Young Wemby in the 12th spot with 23 wins. So we'll see how the Spurs do after some trades, and Chris Paul's there, and see what they can do. So they added some veterans in the offseason and in the trade deadline. And Portland 23 and 32, so they have 3 more losses than the Spurs. So, and then the Jazz, good players. It's just a mishmash roster, and I don't know what their plan is. I'd love to see Lauri Markkanen on a better team, as he's so good. And then one loss more than Utah is shockingly, on paper, but if you know the injuries, and Zion can't get on the court, and they lost DeJounte Murray and traded B.I., Brandon Ingram. So the Pelicans are in last place with 13 wins, 42 losses, 1-9 in their last 10. Not looking good. Lakers 8-2 in their last 10. So that trade kind of revitalized them. Luka's just got on the court for them. So we'll see how the Lakers do. Can they make a run? Can they catch up with the Grizzlies? I don't know. I doubt it. But we'll see. That should be fun. Always fun playoff time, whether you like or hate the play-in. That's how it is right now. So, like I said, playoff weekend. I think Charles Barkley once called it Black Thanksgiving. Or I think it was Charles Barkley who said that, which I think is funny. Always a fan of this weekend. I always get into it since I was a little kid, watching the dunk contest and all that, and Larry Bird, win the 3-point, and when Magic came back and played in that All-Star game, won MVP. He was like drilling threes. It was great. And he left it up there. Those classic blue unis. It brings me back. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year, for sure. So let's look at the All-Star teams. They changed it up this year. What they did was they kind of took what the NHL was doing with the smaller squads, multiple games. Like the NHL went to 3-on-3, right? And they did it by conference. But it looks like the fix was in with the draft. Because what they did is they had Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq draft. Each draft a team, 8 players each. And then Candace Parker will take the winner of the Rising Stars tournament tonight. So Candace Parker gets the youngins, which could be like G League or rookies, whoever, depending on who wins that. Candace Parker gets them. Now Candace Parker will take the young guys up against Team Chuck. And what I meant by what the fix was in is, looks like Team Chuck got like Team International. Looks like Team Kenny got like Team New Young All-Star. And Shaq got like the Hall of Fame. Shaq got the Hall of Famers. Shaq got the grizzled vets. Kenny got the young guns. And Chuck got Team World, Team International. That's what it looks like. You tell me. I mean, Team Chuck, Giannis, Greek Freak. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Canadian. Jokic, Serbian, right? Donovan Mitchell, mom born in Panama. I guess he's the one standout here. His mom was born in Panama. Alpert Sengun, I believe is Turkish. Pascal Siakam. I forget where he's from. I apologize. Karl Anthony Towns, who's what, Dominican, Puerto Rican or something. And then Victor Wembanyama, French. So Team Chuck, Team World, too much size, I think. I don't know how they'll fare here. It's a lot of size. Team Kenny and Team Shaq, more of your wing, smaller, more athletic guys. Team Kenny with Brunson from the Knicks, Cade Cunningham from the Pistons, Anthony Edwards from the T-Wolves, Darius Garland from the first place Cleveland Cavaliers, Tyler Hero, which I believe this is the first All-Star game, Tyler Hero from the Heat, Jaren Jackson, probably your Defensive Player of the Year from Memphis, Evan Mobley, solid big from Cleveland, and Jalen Williams, the do-it-all guy from OKC. So that's a young, faster, hungrier team. So I think they would push Team Chuck out of the way. Now again, I don't know Candace's team. They could be the hungriest team. They could shock the world. It would be interesting if Candace's team wins this all. It would kind of be a slap in the face to the veterans. Hopefully not the fans. Hopefully it would be entertaining. But it would be a little wake-up call. Maybe not a slap in the face. Yeah, a little water to the face of these veterans. And then speaking of veterans, Team Shaq, the team I think will win, because they have to have the most All-Star nods. Just like looking at the lineup, Team Shaq is loaded. Team Shaq is Team Hall of Fame, really. Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, Steph Curry, playing in his hometown All-Star game, or his team town, because this is in San Fran. So we got Jaylen Brown, Curry, Anthony Davis. I don't know who's replaced him. Anthony Davis was on Team Shaq. Kevin Durant, James Harden, LeBron, Lillard, and Tatum. Let me look up who's replaced AD, because that's news to me too. I forgot about that. So yeah, I would go Team Shaq. I would go Team Shaq to win this, especially if LeBron and Harden, really want it or really trying, which isn't always the case with Harden. But he's amazing player. While I look up AD's replacement, sorry, I know this is titillizing radio or podding. I think the only thing that would hold Team Shaq back is if Lillard, Tatum, and Curry are just chucking threes, and they're not utilizing like LeBron and Durant. as much as they should. Because Towns, Chucker, Mitchell, Chucker. I'm sure Hero is going to get his threes up. Tatum, Chucker. And then Lillard and Curry, it's entertaining when they take the half-court shots, but they're just chucking, really. And Harden, not so much. Harden doesn't do it as much. But, so yeah, I lean towards Team Shaq, but I think Team Kenny might be able to do something. They have size and speed and defense if it comes down to it with, Edwards could stay in front of anyone, Jaren Jackson, Mobley, Studs, and Jalen Williams. So I think that would be the final. I think it would be Kenny versus Shaq in the final. I'm still looking up the replacement here. Sorry. Wasn't prepared for this, but now, Yeah, we do things on the fly here. So comment, who do you think is going to win this game? You have 2 days to comment on that. Oh, that's right. Kyrie Irving slides in. Yeah, Team Hall of Fame. Kyrie Irving, his Mavs teammate, slides in on Team Shaq for his all-star squad. Yeah, that's another guy who can get to the rim. Yeah, Team Shaq's going to win. They should. If they take it at all seriously, Team Shaq should get this dub. So, should be fun. Comment, are you going to watch? Are you anti? Do you hate this idea? How do you think they should... Do you think they should do World versus U.S.? Do you think they should do horse? Like, what do you think they should do for the All-Star game if this doesn't work? It's the first to 40. First to 40 points wins. And then, so that's Sunday. And then we have the skills tomorrow. Dunk contest. 4 youngins. You might recognize one of them. So we have Mac McClung, the reigning winner. He's on the Magic roster. I think he's spent most of the time in the G League. Then we have Matis Buzelis from my Bulls, who's, you look at him, you might not think he's got hops, but he's a stud. Stephen Castle, and then Andre Jackson Jr., 2 youngins. No one here's a household name unless you're a really big NBA fan. You do know Mac McClung. He also is famous for his YouTube highlight reels. Should be fun. Obviously, I'll be rooting for my guy Buzelis. But it's not Vince Carter. It's not Dominique. It's not even Zach LaVine. It's not Jordan. It's not even Spud Webb. It's not even Nate Robinson. So, unless McClung wins 4 of these, and then someone has to come and challenge him. I don't know, but it's not what it was. I understand that, but I still watch. It's still entertaining to a point, unless they get all gimmicky, like they used to with the cupcakes and the cars and all that stupid nonsense. But we'll see. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's creative. But the 2 better competitions on Saturday now are the skills competition, which it's always good. Usually this is taken seriously. Sometimes it is not, like last year, but most teams take this seriously. You have Team Cavs, Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell. They should do pretty well in this. Team Rooks with Sar and Zachary Rishier, whatever. They believe the 2 French Rooks. Speaking of French, Team Spurs, Chris Paul and Wemby. And then Team Warriors, the hometown team, Moses Moody and Draymond Green. I wonder if that was supposed to be Moody the whole time. Maybe it was Wiggins. I'm sure maybe they asked Butler, and Butler was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go sell coffee and live my life and hang out with soccer players. But yeah, Team Warriors. This should be fun. It's always interesting. Someone usually messes up and can't get the ball in the hoop or whatever the passing drill is, but it's always fun. That one's fun, and it goes quick. And then what should be the main event now, especially last year, was good. And you had Steph versus Sabrina, which is off for some reason. They're not doing that. I think they're just waiting for Caitlin Clark to say yes, so they could do a 2-on-2, Lillard and Clark versus Steph and Sabrina. I thought that was the deal, but I don't know. Maybe Sabrina is resting. Maybe Steph is banged up. Maybe they just don't want to waste interest without Clark. I don't know. But anyway, I haven't heard why that was called off, but it was called off pretty late, which sucks because Sabrina's awesome, and so is it's Curry's home home event. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, this is a loaded field. If you know basketball, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, all Stars. Buddy Hield, the hometown guy who won in 2020. Cameron Johnson from the Nets. Dame Lillard, defending champ. Dame Lillard, right? And then Norman Powell from the Clippers. This should be good. It's always fun. The Lillard, stud hero was going to want to make a statement. And, Jalen Garland, they're hungry young guys. So it should be entertaining. Tune in or don't, whatever. But yeah, that's it for the NBA. Again, All-Star Weekend starts tonight. Celebrity Game and the Rising Stars. Again, we'll see who Candace Parker gets on her squad to go up against Kenny, Charles, and Shaq. All right, well, quickly, we have a few more things to get to, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here for the weekend. First things first, we'll show you the men's NCAA rankings right here. Auburn and Bama, 1 and 2. If you look at, depending on the poll, again, sorry for the audio audience, I have the picture up on YouTube. Duke in the AP is 3. Florida, it's tied at 3 with Duke. You don't often see that. You did in NFL, in NCAA football this year, but Tennessee 5. Then round out the top 10, we have Houston, Purdue, Texas A&M, St. John's at 9, and Iowa State at 10. AP's a little different. Sorry, the coach, that was the AP. The coach's poll's a little different, but not much. So, yeah, Duke is lower in the coaches. It's really the only thing. And then flip-flop A&M and St. John's. But, yeah, so college hoops picking up. It's almost March Madness time. It's almost tournament time, so everyone has their eyes on that. So stay tuned with us. And once I get Vin back, Vin's dialed in more than I. I'm usually pretty damn good and up to date, but I don't know. This year got away from me. But I'm getting back into it. I'm not putting out flush picks until I've seen teams and done my research and homework and done my eye test. But Vin has 2 for you today. And speaking of college, I watched a hell of a game. Once that USA, once that USA-Finland matchup was all signed, sealed, delivered, I put on Juju Watkins, and she was playing number 1 undefeated 23-0 UCLA at home. She was home. She was she plays for number 6 USC. They were 22-1. USC was down. I put it on. USC went on a 12-1 run. USC won 71-60. Now you might say, why do I care? Well, you should care when Juju Watkins against the number 1 undefeated UCLA team puts up 38 points. She had 11 rebounds and 5 assists. She was 6 of 9 from 3 and 8 blocks. Hold on, let me say that again. 8 blocks. She is the best player in the women's college game. No disrespect to Paige Beckers. No disrespect to Hannah Hidalgo or anyone, or Flaugier from LSU. Love her, but Juju is coming for everything Caitlin Clark put out at Iowa. I think she's clearly the better all-around player. Juju is ready to break those records. It should be fun watching her, accumulate all these stats and points and blocks and rebounds. She is a monster. She's a hell of a freaking person to watch. Good person. She has a documentary on Peacock, all about her, I believe, the freshman season, the record-setting freshman season. So Juju Watkins, when it's all said and done, she might be thought of as arguably the best college basketball player of all time on the women's side. And you know what? Put her stats up against some of the men. That's what you did with Caitlin Clark. So you have legends, male, female, doesn't matter. Juju Watkins is well on her way to setting every damn record imaginable. And then Lauren Betts, the standout star for UCLA, 18 points, 13 rebounds, and a losing effort. It was a good game. Cheryl Miller was there, standing up, cheering. Her USC Trojans. So, and she's a legend in her own right. So yeah, that was good. Watch USC women's hoops if you can catch Juju, or tune in March Madness. She's gonna have that team ready to go. They're going to jump up from 6. They just beat number 1, undefeated number 1. So that was a good watch, what I saw of it. And Juju special. Speaking of special, how would you like 3 years, 120 mil? 'Cause that's what Bregman got. Bregman, the all-star Gold Glove third baseman, Alex Bregman from the Houston Astros, goes to Boston, reunites with his old teammate, right? Joey Cora was on that first Astro team that won the World Series. He's going to play second. He's obviously, you have Devers over there at third, another all-star. And it's believed that Bregman could be a Gold Glove second baseman as well. So he has an opt-out after 2026, 3 years, 120 mil. So he gets his money, goes to an up-and-coming team that's made some moves, right? They got Walker Buehler, and they've done some things. I know they were looking at possibly Nolan Arenado. It didn't work out. But they get their man. They get a very good player, possibly Hall of Fame. I would have to look. I don't know. He would have to really do some things the next 3 or 4 years to accumulate the all-star appearances and Gold Gloves and stats, but he's probably not. But he's a very good player, all-star player, and he's a champion. So Bregman to the Red Sox, and they have a loaded farm system, so watch out for them in the coming years. And then fat guy stuck in a skinny guy's body, Kellen Moore. If you look at his face, he's like 4 donuts away from being like, oh yeah, he's kind of gross. But Kellen Moore, head coach of the Saints, I reported this the other day. I guess it was premature. But Kellen Moore, we'll see if they keep Derek Carr, which I don't think they will because his cap hit is like huge, right? Or I don't know, his salary is insane. So we'll see what the Saints do at quarterback. But they get their coach. They were the last team to hire a coach that needed one. So Kellen Moore, the new coach in the Bayou for the Saints. So good luck to him. Good luck to them. See how that goes. The Sirianni coaching tree is growing. We'll see how it fares when the games start back up in the fall. And then 2 more things. Social media wise. Pop culture wise, we have a movie. We have a movie out this weekend. Captain America: Brave New World. Excuse me. Latest installment in the MCU. Sam Wilson is back as Captain America. If you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, very, very good show. Very entertaining. I expected nothing. I got everything. Deals with the real life stuff of soldiers. Soldiers coming back after war and what's here for them or what's not here for them, and then also the loss, grieving of Bucky. If you know what I'm talking about, no spoilers. If you remember where Bucky left off and who he kind of quote unquote lost in Endgame, Bucky's whole demeanor in that show was phenomenal. But everything I'm hearing is that it's fine. It is better than some of the really bad movies they put out. Thor and Love and Thunder was god awful. Quantumania left a lot to be desired. I didn't hate the Marvels, but it wasn't great. So yeah, they need to turn the tide here in the MCU, and I heard this is a very good bridge movie. I heard the action is very good. I heard Harrison Ford crushes it as Thunderbolt, President Thunderbolt, right? And obviously, if you've seen the commercial, there is a Red Hulk. I heard the Hulk is phenomenal. It's Rage Hulk. But this is, I won't say what it bridges to. Obviously, Thunderbolts is next. So it will bridge to Thunderbolts, which looks great. That trailer was awesome. They released on the Super Bowl. But, yeah, so go support cinema. Go see this. If you have nothing to do. It's a good action movie. Very good cast. As I lose my voice for some reason. Excuse me. All right, maybe that's time for me to wrap it up about the MCU. but I am a fan. Very good movies up until a point, but they're turning around, and Fantastic Four should be very good, and Thunderbolts looks like a ton of fun. And now it's time for the last segment of the day, of the week. That's our flush picks. What do I have for you? I have 5 things. Parlay them. Not all of them. Pick what you like. But here's what I'm going to send you. I'm going with Sweden to beat Finland. Big favorite here, but they just looked more skilled. The eye test, I watched both games. Finland really depleted on defense. They have 3 guys out that are missing this little tournament for them. So give me Sweden to beat Finland Saturday, 1 p.m. I showed you the skills competition team. Give me the Spurs. Give me the Spurs and Wemby to take this seriously again, which is good for the NBA, good for the game, good for the weekend. Give me CP3 and Wemby to win the skills. Plus 165 was the odds I saw. Then give me Buddy Hield to win his second 3-point competition. Again, I said he won in 2020. Buddy Hield with his hometown court, his hometown crowd, and a bunch of teammates will be in attendance, including some of the skills guys, Draymond and Moody, and obviously Curry. So, yeah, I'm going Buddy Hield to win 3-point contest. Vin sent in 2 college basketball flush picks. He's got Bama to win at home against Auburn, minus the 1.5. And then he's got Iowa State to beat, I believe, Cincinnati at home. Iowa State is home, minus 12.5 for Iowa State. So, again, I'm not telling you to take all 5. Play around with them. If you like some of the odds, see if you can parlay them. A little parlay ski for the wild ski. Yeah, so Bama, Iowa State from Vin, college hoops. Spurs, Wemby and CP3 in the skills. Give me Buddy Hield to win the 3-point contest. And give me Sweden to beat Finland. I don't know the over-under in Canada-US. That could very well hit, but it's not official if it's not on the board, but I will mention it. And with that, we are done. So, good luck to everyone. But mainly USA Hockey. Mainly my boy Buzelis. Can't even say names. And the Duncan. All the All-Stars. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's entertaining. And if you don't watch the game, don't worry. Alright, everyone. I'll be back Tuesday. I might have a co-host. Stay tuned. Everyone be safe. Have fun. Keep on loving them down.